Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. How are you all today? Okay. How was lunch? Yeah. How many of you didn't join us for lunch today? Oh, you all missed the sumptuous lunch. Once in a while, if possible, join us. It's only once a month after all. I mentioned a long time ago, for some students, if you ask them to come for Dhamma classes, they prefer not to come. They prefer to do sitting. So when I organize meditation classes, they'll come. I organize retreats, they'll come. For some students, they are not into meditation. They prefer chanting. So if they have no other chanting to go, then they come for the first part, chant a bit, then maybe after that they go. Then last time we used to have SGC at outdoors. Yeah, we will organize walks. Sometimes we go to the park. Then I also noticed, yes, and there are some students who will come for SGC, but when we have SGC outdoors, they don't come. And one of them very candidly told me, "Shifu, because very hot." So some students will come when there's aircon. So if one day there's no aircon, then you don't come. So we better hope that when Maitreya Buddha arrives, there's aircon. Yeah. There are some students who also told me that they like going to parks also. Yeah, they go for parks, the walks in the park. But when SGC organized, they don't go. Why? Because they say, oh, walking in a park is a family affair. So they only walk with their family. Or it's something that they think of as social event, so they only go with their friends. So then I'm like, so you don't have friends in SGC? They said, no, it's different. Yeah. So this is quite common. So similarly, when we organize lunch, so some students, they will come, and some students, "Aiya, Shifu, I only want to come for Dhamma. You ask me to come and eat for what?" You know, in the Buddha's time, the Buddha don't just go around, shoving Dhamma into everybody's throat. Sometimes he, if you really look at the sutras, you may even find that the interaction between the Buddha and the people he encountered doesn't resemble our typical Dhamma talk or Dhamma class. Not systematic at all. Yeah, not the way we understand. Yeah. So the Buddha don't organize a basic Buddhism class. Yeah. There was once the Buddha was out. He went out of his way to look for this cowherd. I've shared this story many times. So what was this cowherd doing? He was not in. He was busy. Why was he busy? Because his cow went missing. So he went to look for his cow. Buddha come to look for him, he go and look for his cow. Why did this happen? Because they don't have WhatsApp. Yeah. If they have WhatsApp, then Buddha can text him. Yeah. Or at least text his friend, and then his friend texts him. Then he can come back, or he don't go out. But the Buddha went there, and he was already out. So the Buddha waited for him. Wait. And when he came back, the Buddha didn't immediately give him Dhamma talk. The Buddha asked the people to offer him a seat, give him some water to drink and to wash his feet, and if he's hungry, give him some food. And only when all these are settled, then the Buddha start to give him teaching. Yeah. So this shows the appreciation that the Buddha have of the fundamental needs, yeah, of people. When a person is busy with their worldly affairs, you cannot give them Dhamma. Yeah, I mean the Buddha, rightly speaking, with his spiritual powers, he can just appear in front of him, right? In many suttas, yeah, with Venerable Mahamoggallana, when he was in the forest and he was dozing off, struggling with drowsiness, the Buddha just manifests in front of him. Yeah. When Venerable Angulimala was going to do the horrifying deed of killing his own mother, the Buddha just appeared in front of him. So he could have just appeared in front of the cowherd and said, come lah, I am going to give you Dhamma. Huh? Or he could have just used his psychic power and find a cow, right? Or manifest 10 more cows for him. Can go many ways to solve it. But the Buddha didn't do that. The Buddha patiently waited for the cowherd to come back. And after the cowherd has arrived, even patiently waited for him to eat and drink. Yeah. So, Dhamma is not always what we think. Yeah. When we have lunch together, it can be Dhamma also. Yeah, it can be Dhamma also. As you join the lunch, then you look at all the food. Then do we choose the food we like? Today nasi briyani. More. Oh, this one not to my liking. Thank you very much. That one. Do we eat in this way? So even as we have lunch, there can be the Dhamma element. It's up to us to bring Dhamma into our daily activities. But besides that, for us to grow in the Dhamma, we need a community. Yeah, so part of the community, we eat together. Yeah. Then you can develop good spiritual friendship. The Buddha praised spiritual friendship. Yeah, he praised spiritual friendship. To Venerable Ananda, he said, spiritual friendship is the whole of the holy life. Yeah. Venerable Ananda went to the Buddha and said, it has occurred to me that spiritual friendship is half the holy life. Just half. He said, no, it's the whole of the holy life. Then the Buddha praised the virtues of a good spiritual friend. Yeah, how a good spiritual friend can inspire us, can show us the path, yeah, can tell us when we are going down the wrong path, can encourage us when we are going up the right path, can benefit us in so many ways. Yeah. Some Buddhists, after learning Buddhism, I don't know how you all feel, but some Buddhists have reflected to me and others how learning Buddhism seems like a very lonely affair. Satu orang, kaki lai one. Feels like it, isn't it? Yeah. If you smile, if you laugh, you nod your head, and you didn't come for lunch, then you know, kaki cui lo. They say you can bring the horse or cow to the pond, but the horse or pond, horse and ponds, too nice a lunch. Brain cannot think already. Must be the pizza lah, or the cha bee hoon. You can bring the horse or the cow to the pond, but you cannot force the horse or cow to drink. Yeah, you force the head down, it still must want to drink. You force it in, it will drown. Yeah. So all Sifu can do is, suggest to have a lunch, and then the volunteers They put in effort. Do you know how much work they have to do in the background? Usually you all have no idea. They have to come out with the draft, and then the whole bunch of them go through, and then vet, then ask them to, can you look at it in your iPhone? Can you look at the Samsung phone? Can you look at the Android phone? Make sure that when it appears, it looks CC, And then some of them will help to look at it. I think there's one more space here. Actually, they are not so young, but trained by Sifu. Yeah. Why do they do that? They do this so that it appears pleasing to all of you. Before you even eat the food, you find the layout of the notice enticing. Enticing not to get you stuck in samsara, of course, but to bring us together, so that we can forge a beautiful friendship. This good spiritual friendship. But why is it important? Because sometimes when everything is well, we can practice. Even by ourselves, no problem. When everything is going well, your work is going well, your family is going well, your social life is going well, or actually social life, if it's going well, usually Dhamma life not well. Usually, yeah. If your work life is too well, then Dhamma life also hard to. Because if your work is too successful, then you have to travel lah. Sometimes you have to do OT lah. Then sometimes you got to OT to do. Then have no time for Dhamma. But that's still okay, because your heart, you still want to practice. But sometimes when this feel that breakdown, and if we are so used to satu orang, every time just do ourselves, then when something go wrong and you need some help, you don't know who to look for. I ever encountered in a monastery. By the time we discovered, there was this old devotee who volunteered in the monastery for 20-30 years, passed away. No, sorry, the way I put it, maybe you're mistaken. Not that the old lady passed away in the monastery, then we discovered later. The old lady volunteered in the monastery, like Su, the festive, come and help out, chop vegetable, wash plate, whatever, for 20-30 years. So the family members know that she always go to temple, but don't know which temple. Don't know what she really go for the temple for what also. Most traditional Buddhists are like that. Akong, Amma, father, mother go temple, but children don't know. But of course, a lot of different circumstances. Sometimes parents want, but children don't want what to do. But what happened was, this old lady, I think, fall sick, and then later on, at some point passed away. And then the family members are at a loss, because don't know what to do, ma. I mean, I've never encountered a family where the parents pass away and they know what to do. Why? Because nobody have experienced one. There's no trial one. No rehearsal one. When it happened, it happened. So the worst thing is, then they thought, the mother go temple ma. Don't know which temple. Then go and look for this temple, look for that temple, then all the temple, don't know who she is there. But not that temples are so close-minded. Or you don't come to my place to volunteer, we don't help you. But sometimes they want to help them to get to the center that they volunteer at. So ask for don't know how long. Then finally discovered actually is with the monastery I was staying at. So why did this happen? Because even when individuals go to volunteer, some just go there to cai. People only know her by, here cai auntie. And every time go there and say, go and wash plates. Only know, that auntie one of them, always wear the red color shirt one, washing dishes one. not your, not your. Happen to say red color. Not the two of you wash clothes one. Wash wash plates one. Yeah, so I felt quite bad. Yeah, not simply because they volunteered. Yeah, to me, even those who don't volunteer, for us to come to the center, to learn or to practice, then if something happens, volunteer. This auntie have family. There are some, single, no family, then go temple, help out, or even not help out, just go and pray, come back, or attend Dhamma class, go back. Then, if you don't know anybody in temple, don't have any friends, or never even, know Sifu, or not even in the chat group, then one day you never turn up, nobody know. When I was staying here, there was a auntie. She's a very bubbly character. Yeah, Auntie Molly. Wow, when she's downstairs, when I was at the third floor, I can hear her voice. Very bubbly character. So you will not feel sad in front of her, but her face always look very fierce. But she's very friendly, very interesting. Then there was a period of time, she disappeared for a few weeks. Then when I saw her again, I said, hey, where do you go? You going traveling? Then she said, oh no lah, was not feeling well. Huh? Not feeling well? How many weeks? Oh, 3 weeks. 3 weeks? How come you never tell us? What's your number? Give us. Don't want lah, Sifu. 命了. How? Even when people want to care, we must let people care. But Chinese, we have this problem. 命了, 没马荒. Then how? When we are okay, no problem. You don't need anybody to care. We are independent. Good to be independent, but sometimes we do need help. Yeah, even if you are young, even if you are old, doesn't matter. Yeah, sometimes it's not so. How do I put it? Disheartening. Yeah, if you're a bit down, then there's some friends to come and encourage you a bit. 加油, 冲啊! But this is possible only if we also open up. Yeah. So what better way to open up than have lunch together? So next month, November, this year only two times left. 1 year 12 times only left. Yeah. Not ask you to have lunch with Sifu every day. Just bring your own utensil. If you are able to bring some food, don't have to bring a lot. Can or not? Can or not? Say yes. No lah. Of course, depend on your schedule. Yeah. But once a month, 4-5 weeks, only once a month. Can. Okay. So let's see who is here for the first time on my left. Okay, let me see. First row, second row, third row, fourth, fifth. I think all season parking. How about let me see, Nancy here many times. And who else? Hey, the lady wearing the cardigan, have you introduced yourself before? Yeah, you, the one who just turned your head, yes. Have you introduced before?
No, this is the first time I'm here.
Hi,
my name is Eng Fong.
Eng Fong, how are
Sharon
you?
Was okay.
How do you get to know the group?
My friend.
Your friend. Hello friend. First time here also. Then you can also introduce. Yeah, so Eng Fong and friend. Yes.
Sifu, I'm Agnes from the Philippines. I just officially studied Buddhism last year.
Oh, yeah. Wow, well done. Welcome. Oh, so you are here in Singapore?
Yeah, I've been working here since 2005.
Wow, Singaporean already lah. Yeah.
Accent a bit.
So have you gotten your PR?
No.
So you should try to get PR,
Yeah, so I try to work and as long as I can so that I can practice Buddhism. But I've been following you on Facebook and YouTube, watching your videos on YouTube. So I'm happy that you always upload some videos on YouTube.
Oh, no, you must thank them. They take video. I just talk only.
Yeah, thank you for everyone.
I do the easy part. I just talk. Then they do recording. That one is more difficult. Oh, very good. Welcome.
Sister Neo invited us today because after our Four Noble Truths lesson last Sunday, Communion, so since it's our last day, so we thought like, oh, it's better to go other place, any Dhamma, because they don't have, so we go other place.
Good.
Yeah, I've been wanting to come, but I just waiting for the right conditions. So then last few Sundays, I said, oh, it means it's the right time for me to come. I'm very happy to be here.
Beautiful.
We are together. I'm Xiu Hui.
You have what?
I'm Xiu Hui.
Xiu Hui.
Yeah, so we were actually attending the same Dhamma talk at
I see. Very good.
So we're here today.
So just finished,
Yeah.
So I can test you all. No, don't worry. Sifu don't test people one. Sifu just ask question. Welcome. Very good. So wonderful. So, who else?
Good afternoon, Venerable.
Yes.
Brothers, sisters. This is my first time here.
Your first time here.
Also from the same class of the Four Noble Truths.
Wow. So who is the one who initiated it? Who? Quack. Wow, Quack is the... Wow. I see. Oh, so when you say new... Quack lah, I see. Yeah. You want to follow? Wow, you are the team leader. I see. So you see. Oh. And then you walk over. I see. Very good. So did you bring them to come and have lunch?
They don't want that.
They don't want they don't know lah, shy lah. Never mind, next time if you are shy, wear a mask. But you must wear the mask that is like, the Halloween type cover only the top part. Otherwise you cannot eat. Okay? If you all need mask, we provide lah. Then you don't have to be shy, okay? So very, very warm welcome to all of you. So who else is new here? Who else? Another one. At the back. Today a lot of newcomers.
I'm Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Yes.
Yes.
My friend, volunteer friend, going today.
Who is your volunteer friend? Leo.
Yes.
I see. And what is your name again?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Welcome. Okay, very good. Who else?
Thank you for the very nice lunch.
Oh, you had a nice lunch, Good.
And I have very nice talk with at a table with all the friends eating together. I enjoy the conversation and I enjoy the food. And I already joined a member and just now, and I like the library in the first floor. There's so many books.
Yes.
Interested.
And where are you from?
I'm from China. I have been here in Singapore from 2006. So yes.
12 years.
Yes. And I'm Singapore citizen now.
Oh, very good. Welcome.
And I'm happy in Singapore, and I come across Buddhism in 2009. I meet a Buddhism friend, and I some Buddhism. On the internet. So I'm quite interested in Buddhism.
Very good. So you can join us. You all can join us on Facebook, on the Telegram, and then you can ask that sister, show you how to go and find my video. Okay, very good. Welcome. also the hard work that Sean and last time Doreen, when you all do the video, it can help those who, for various conditions, yeah, maybe they are not able to come, maybe they are shy to come, maybe they are not ready, and so on. Yeah, then they can actually still learn the Dhamma together. Yeah, so welcome. Anybody else? Did I miss anyone? All the front row is all the season parking. Okay. So welcome to SGC, where we have some chanting, some sitting, and then some talking. Yeah, usually talking is quite long. Last time used to be 1.5 hours. Then after 1 over years, they decided, don't 不要骗自己. How can 师父 finish it in 1.5 hours? Yeah, so we decided to just put it as 2 hours. Last week, recently, some students also told me that, you know, 师父, SGC, there are a lot of people who come. Then sometimes if people come, then they don't, after a while they don't come. Then they said, why? And the person said, because after a while, then when they become really serious about Dhamma, then they want to go elsewhere to learn. So, so then I was thinking, oh, so SGC is for those who are not very serious. Yeah, in a way it's true. Because Sifu don't think that learning Dhamma must be so serious. Yeah, why must we be so serious? Why must we all be like that? Don't laugh. Cannot laugh. Don't smile. Who is smiling? Shh, cannot. Why must it be like that? Doesn't have to be. Yeah, of course you want to be like that also can. Yeah, doesn't mean you must force yourself to smile. Yeah, but I think 10 hours a day at the office not smiling is enough, right? Yeah, Sunday come together, learn Dhamma. Should be a joyful experience. Yeah, joyful experience. But some people may think that it's not Dhamma enough. Do you think it's Dhamma enough? In a way, it's not so Dhamma also. Sometimes some students feel that it's not so Dhamma. Not so Dhamma in what sense? In the sense that, oh, Sifu don't have like a lot of chart, then don't have a textbook for you all to look at. Yeah, when you have a textbook, then it's more formal, more official. Wow, it's in a book. Yeah. But if you really go and read the Nikayas, then you will find that as you go through the Nikaya, all the things that I mentioned so far are all from the Nikaya. Sifu don't anyhow throw things out on. Yeah. So of course, once in a while I have a series like so. This week we are on the Diamond Sutra. Yeah. So twice a month, decided to give you all Dhamma lah. Yeah. Otherwise you all feel like there's not enough Dhamma. Do you all feel like there's enough Dhamma? No, don't dare to say. Yeah. But as I said, Dhamma is what is Dhamma? What is Dhamma? We usually think of Dhamma as 4 Noble Truths, Eightfold Path, the 4 striving, 4 mindfulness, the 4 effort, the 5 powers, the 5 roots, 7 factors of enlightenment, the Noble Eightfold Path. Then that is Dhamma. If we talk about eating lunch, then that's not Dhamma. Yeah. If we look into the definition of the term Dhamma, recently I gave in one of the book study group an explanation in a way of what Dhamma is. It's about patterns. I think I will pass to them and maybe post on SGC. You all can go and listen. It's quite long. Yeah. So today I want to talk about Diamond Sutra. So the past, title, and then we went through the translator's name and his background. Today we're going to start on the sutra finally. Yeah, 如是我闻. Yeah, so the sutras, most of the sutras start with 如是我闻. Yeah, so 如是我闻一时，佛在舍卫国，即数即故独愿. So this is how it starts. I have a very strange connection with Diamond Sutra. I remember when I was in secondary school, my mom plays the Diamond Sutra cassette tape every day. Then there was a time she played the Dizang Pusa, Dizang Jing. Yeah, different time of my life, she played different things. At that point in time when she played the Dizang, the Jinggang Jing, I remember the tape. Song Jinggang Jing, dong, dong, dong. Wow, when I'm in my room, she played the tape on the hi-fi system. Wow, I'm like Sun Wukong. Wow. I mean, now I think about it, like why? I also don't know why. No. Yeah, even before the sutra start, just dong. Wow, I'm like Waki Gong like that. Yeah, it's so strange. Yeah. In some Dhamma talks, some venerable explain that when the teachings are being recited, because these teachings are the teachings of truth, so because of past karma that we have done, maybe in the past we obstructed others from learning, maybe we have wrong views that is that is in contradiction with the truth. So as a result, when we are about to hear, wow, we cannot explain also because it's past karma. But then it manifests in this kind of, yeah, very strange. I don't know. Then over the years, at some point, I'm okay. Yeah. And then today I'm actually going to share with you all. So 如是我闻, in English, 如是我闻 is usually translated as thus have I heard. Thus have I heard. Yeah. So in the Pali, it's usually etam something something. Yeah. So this is quite a standard phrase that you see in many sutras, but not in all sutras also. Yeah, not in all sutras. In the Chinese Mahana Sutra, you almost always see 如是我闻. Yeah. In some of the English translation, they omit this part. Yeah. Some of the sutras, they still leave it there. So we can take this. So who said this? So this word, this four, well, in Chinese it's 4 characters. In English they translate in 4 also. It's said by mainly Venerable Ananda. Yeah. So when was this first said? It is said in the first council, when the sangha of 500 arahants, they convened under Venerable Mahakashyapa. He convened the first council. In a way, I don't think it was called the first council at the first council, because I don't think they anticipated that there will be second and third council. So they just have the meeting, convened 500 arahants, and Venerable Mahakashyapa requested Venerable Upali to recite the Vinaya. Yeah, the Vinaya. Vinaya are the set of rules and training precepts for the monastics. Yeah, there are seats behind 2位, two of you. There are special seats in front also. No need. Yeah, just find a seat. So Venerable Upali recited the Vinaya, and then Venerable Ananda recite the Sutta. At the first council, the Abhidhamma was not officially recited yet. So this formed the basis for the teachings that we have today. And it is said that Venerable Ananda, when he recited, then he basically addressed the congregation, "Thus have I heard." Yeah. It is in this way that I heard, and this is what happened, basically. Yeah. But was Venerable Ananda present in all the scenarios? No. Venerable Ananda served as the attendant for 25 years. The last 25 years of the 45 years that the Buddha was giving teachings. And again, is it 45 or 50 years? Yeah, in the Theravadan tradition, the official recognized number of years is 45. So from age 35 to 80. But somehow in the Mahana tradition, we recognize it as 50 years, up to the age of 85. So, do you know that there's these two figures? One tradition says that the Buddha lived until 85 years old. One tradition says he lived until 80 years old. Yeah, don't know, huh? I also don't know. Yeah, honestly, you ask me, I also don't know how old. Yeah, because we can only rely on the tradition. Yeah, they pass down the information. So, do you think the Buddha lived until 80 or 85? Did he teach for 45 years or 50 years? Personally, what's more important is whether what he taught was the truth. Yeah, whether he lived until 85 or 80, how about 82.5? Yeah. So, Venerable Ananda stipulated a few conditions. Yeah, maybe another time I will share with you all the conditions. But one of the key conditions he stipulated before he accepted the role as attendant. The Buddha was the one who requested. Venerable Ananda was his cousin and also ordained. And the Buddha requested him to be the attendant. But Venerable Ananda didn't just accept the request, he set down a set of conditions. One of them being, if there is a teaching that was given by the Buddha and the Buddha and Venerable Ananda wasn't present, then the Buddha shall repeat what was said to Venerable Ananda. Yeah. So this was one of the criteria. So on that basis, then we say, so Venerable Ananda would have heard all the teachings given. But even then, there were some teachings that were given to this court lady who was serving one of the queen. The queen wasn't able to go to the sangha to receive teaching, so sent a court lady, and the teaching was given by somebody else besides the Buddha. So the court lady, at a certain point, went to the sangha to tell them, I also heard some teachings. Yeah. So it became, I believe, the Itivuttaka, another set of texts. So that was recited by a court lady. So very interesting. Yeah. So this Diamond Sutra that we are that we learn, is said to have been recited by Venerable Ananda. So as before, I will read some verses from my teacher's teaching. So here goes. So 如是知法知持知这一部经。So 我曰结集经的人说。Yeah, so 如是我闻 the 我 this I, is the one who recited the sutta when it was being compiled at the council. In this case, Venerable Ananda. And then, according to my teacher, this 如是 is referring to the sutra itself. Yeah. So 如是我闻 So my teachers put it as 我亲自听佛讲解的。Yeah. So that heard directly from the Buddha. Yeah. But the directly, as I explained, there are two levels present, and so he heard the Buddha as it happened. Second is he wasn't present, but the Buddha repeated to him. Yeah. So from Venerable Ananda's point of view, it's always from the Buddha. Yeah. So 这部经是佛在世时说的。佛灭度以后，弟子们集会在一起，将佛大约50年所讲的经典重新编辑。编辑的方式是选出一个人背诵佛说的法，经过大众审定，这个通过后就流传下来。Yeah, so this is what I mentioned earlier about the process. So 在大众里 I won't read through everything lah. Yeah, the certain parts which I've already explained, certain parts which are quite critical. So my teacher's coverage of this 如是我闻 is quite a standard one, but I have also seen other explanation of the 如是我闻, and just on the 如是 itself is a whole Dhamma talk. So because they break it down to 如, yeah, so they break out this as 如, then they explain that this is as the truth is, and so, but the original word may not have such connotation. Yeah, because the original Venerable Ananda wasn't using Chinese words. Yeah, so a tam something doesn't have all that implication. He was just speaking matter of factly. This is what I heard. Yeah, thus have I heard is a modern translation also. Yeah, so to me, this the opening. I'm telling you because if you read some other explanation, not just of this sutra, but various sutra, where they have this 如是我闻, so don't be surprised. You see a whole chapter on 如是. Wow, then you're like, how come this book has such a long explanation? How come Sifu just explain in 15 minutes and 搞掂? Yeah, because in my opinion, 時間夠啦. Yeah, in my opinion, this part is basically Venerable Ananda stating that this is what he heard. There are implications, which is that, there are those who say, so those that start with 如是我闻 is authentic. But I also want to highlight, not necessarily. To have this opening 4 characters, 如是我闻, is not a sure mark that this sutra is authentic. Yeah, anyone can compile yourself. Sean, you can compile yourself. You just put like 佛说宣经. Yeah. Or you can even put 宣说什么经, 宣说 YouTube 经. Can or not? Then you put 如是我闻. Does it mean anything? Important thing is, okay, if it opens, okay, if there's some like traces, okay, maybe some basis, but still you must examine the content. Is the content in line with the teachings? Yeah. If it's not in line, you can 如是 10 times, still not 如是. So 如是我闻一时. So 一时 at one time. Which time? Don't know. At one time. Yi shi. Singapore time, India time. The other day in class, I was sharing some incident, and then and someone asks me, so who is that person? Yeah. Do you find that sometimes we are very curious? We want to know a lot of details. Yeah? We are so curious. We want to ask, who was that person? When was it? What was the person doing? Why did the person do that? But actually nothing to do with the story, the essence, you know. Yeah. So one angle is, why say 一时? Because the Dhamma is timeless. Doesn't matter when it was said. Just know that there was a time when this was said. Yeah. Is it important if it's 3 p.m.? Did the Buddha start on time? Did the Dhamma talk start on time? Yeah. When did the Buddha stop? Did the Buddha also drag? Does it matter? Hard to say. So, cannot say Buddha drag or metaphor. Yeah, but there's some interesting thing about this 一时 also. So, there's a few different meaning. So, 指法会从开始到圆满，总起来称一时. In the Chinese lineage, we also say this whole sutra is said in one setting. So that one whole setting is 一时. Yeah. So 没有记录佛说这部经典的年月日. Never say which day, which time, which month. But in some other classes, like the ITBW class, I also share with them. When you look at certain details in the sutra, you can roughly know when it was. Like this morning, we went through and it says Buddha was at Anatta Pindaka's park. No, not park. Anatta Pindaka's monastery. So usually in the sutra it says Anatta Pindaka park. But in that sutra it says monastery. So from this you roughly know it is not at the early part of the Buddha's dispensation. Yeah, because at the early part, no monastery. Only later on, then there's monastery. And then sometimes it talk about at one time or what, and the monks were observing the rains. Then if it's observing the rains, every year there are 3 seasons in India, 4 months hot, dry, 4 months wet, and then 4 months cold. So from some of this detail, you know, oh, if it's a rain season, then it's between, say, about July to October, July, August, July to October period. Yeah, one of this month. Exactly which month, sometimes hard to tell. But is that really crucial? So, in the Chinese lineage, there's some explanation why the year month date is missing. Yeah, why? 因为听佛说法的听众除了人以外，还有天龙八部，not the Hong Kong movie it's the heavenly beings, the different types 有时还有他方世界的人，各个地方立法不一样，so and a lot of other details here. It's basically talking about how even in the Nikayas, not just, don't think that, oh, wow, Sifu, that's why Mahana, always very colorful, got dragon, got heavenly being. Actually, in the Pali canon, there are many suttas where there are heavenly beings present as well. So, in the lineage that I'm ordained in, then we say the 一时 is also because of this. Yeah. Why? Because if you say, year 2018, October, what is today's date? 7. But there are if there are other beings who are present, then that date is irrelevant to them. Today we use a unified calendar globally. But today if we say 农历几月, then for people who don't observe the Chinese calendar, does it make sense to them? Doesn't make sense to them. So this is another reason. So another one. 古代大德有特别的解释。So some of the ancient masters, they have some special explanation of this 一时. We are now here. I know I tell you all a lot of story, then you're wondering, where are we now? Okay, we are still here, still in Buddhist library. Yeah. At one time, you are at Buddhist library. So, first meaning. 转轮圣王出世的时代，人间很容易得到珍宝。So, at the time where the wheel-turning monarch appears in this world, ordinary folks, people can easily find treasure, a lot of treasure. Just anyhow go poke, got treasure, So that is when the wheel-turning monarch appear. But are we interested in wheel-turning monarch? Maybe some of you are interested. Then you all wait for wheel-turning monarch to appear. But how about Buddha? 佛出世时，我们能得到法宝，所以叫做一时，叫做一时。So this 一时, according to ancient master, they say this 一时 refer to the time where a Buddha appear in this world, and where we can actually receive the Dhamma treasure, the Dhamma gem. There's some significance to this. More explanation behind. So, 二，佛大智慧、大慈悲，能说明人生的真理，令众生从迷惑境界中觉悟，也称一时。So, getting closer to the larger picture, that the Buddha, with his wisdom and compassion, is able to give the teachings on the reality of our life, and cause those of us who are bewildered, who are confused with defilements, to get out of that state, and then become enlightened. So, in this, there's also a deeper meaning, that at one time, which time? Does it matter whether it's 2018 or 2008 or 1998 or 1899? Which time? At a time when a Buddha has arisen and is giving teachings, and sentient beings can learn the Dhamma and attain enlightenment. At that time, that's the time. That is the time when the Buddha gave teachings. So then this is connecting with some other teachings talking about the conditions for to learn Dhamma. In other words, 一时 at that time where it's suitable to learn Dhamma. Is it still that time? Not exactly the same. Buddha, is it around? Not around. But is there still Dhamma? Still Dhamma. Are there people who are willing to learn Dhamma? Who are interested to learn Dhamma? Who are able to learn Dhamma? Are there people who can teach Dhamma? Wow, hey. Wow, if you say no, then okay lah. 好，合掌回向。So, when we say 一时, although this 一时 historically refer to the Buddha's time, but this 一时, if we can learn Dhamma now, then this also applies to us now. Although this is back then, but as we learn the Dhamma, then this time also applies to us. That now we can also learn Dhamma in this way. So, 佛出世说法，有人听法, these three things, then you can have enlightenment. So, 中观论, the commentary on the Madhyamika path, it says, 真法既说者, 听者难得故. So, the true Dhamma and someone who can elucidate it, who can teach it, this is very precious, very difficult to acquire. Plus, those who can actually listen to this, not easy. So, so 佛在舍卫国，一时佛在舍卫国. So once at one time, the Buddha was at Savatthi. So Savatthi is the name of the state and also the name of the city, just like Singapore. Singapore is also the name of the city and name of the state. So 舍卫国 Savatthi, the name itself actually has a very interesting meaning. It means a lot of things. The word Savatthi itself means a lot of things. A lot of nasi briyani want to come out. A lot of things. Why is it called a lot of things? Because Savatthi is a very prosperous state. So a lot of people bring things to this city to trade. Yeah, to trade. So as a result, it acquired this name. Yeah. So then the place became known as Savatthi. Yeah, literally a lot of things. Yeah. So it's like, you know, you go to some places where it's wow, very prosperous, having a lot of different goods. So this is the meaning of this name, this city. So 是讲说这部经的地点。My teacher didn't go into too much details in this, but the word Savatthi has that meaning. So 有地方说住舍卫国。Yeah. So in the translation, if you look at different translations, some say 佛在舍卫国, some say 佛住舍卫国. Yeah. So this is where inside there are some differences. So my teacher says 在舍卫国或者住舍卫国. Yeah. So there's that distinction. Yeah. Is there a distinction? So 在, so the word 在 also means being present there. There's a difference between 内有内外不同. So there's internal being present and external being present. So like for example, at one time, a group of people were at Buddhist library. Physically at Buddhist library, but maybe some of you already at La La Land. So physically there, but not there, not quite there. Yeah, or maybe you're here, but maybe you're going off on a trip. Then physically here, but mentally already off on a trip. Or maybe when you're off on a trip, you're physically still here. Yeah. So when we say 在, there's that distinction. There's that distinction. So for unenlightened sentient beings, many times physically and mentally, oftentimes not at the same place. Yeah. When we are at work, we think at home. When at home, we think about work. When we're in Singapore, we think about going overseas. Go overseas, then we think about Singapore. Yeah, we go all the way to other countries, then we say, hey, you have 炒饭 or not? Do you have green chili? You could go all the way to some foreign country and you ask for green chili. Why? Because 国土寻思. Although we are physically not in Singapore, we think about Singapore. Unconsciously sometimes. Yeah. Or I heard recently some students told me that they have seen before some Singaporeans going overseas. Then after that, overseas, then what happened? Then criticize other country, and then say, your country, your service is like this, or what, this and that. Not like Singapore. So although physically travel all the way there, take leave, take plane, travel, and then go there, and then bring Singapore along. Bring Singapore along. So this is our 凡夫的境界. So what is 境界? 境界 means there are a few meanings. 境界. One is what we are facing. Another one is our state. So in a way, the two can be linked. What we face, there's something that we are really facing, but what we are facing in our mind also. And as a result, then the state, it also refers to the state of our mind. Again, it's linked to the physically here, but our mind, where is it? So my teacher says, so external 住, the external abiding, then there's 4 different separations also. So 第一，王化住处住，so 处 the word 处。So 处 means a place, then 住 means abiding, to stay there. Yeah. So 处住 ，so 王化处住，就是佛在教化众生的地方住。So in the Mahayana Sutra, all the Buddhas, they have their own boundaries, yeah, their own world system where they abide in and teach. Yeah, so over here, then my teacher highlighted, yeah, for Sakyamuni Buddha, where is his place? Then 通常指娑婆世界, the Saha world. Yeah, so we call this place earth. But in the sutra, then this earth is part of a larger world system that we call the Saha world. Yeah. Saha world is where there's the 6 realms, and there's unenlightened beings and a bit of enlightened beings, and then we tumble around, and then we go around, merry-go-round, yeah, until one day we become enlightened. Yeah. So then example, Amitofo. Do you not know Amitofo? You know him? Last week, did you all meet up with him? Never catch up? Should catch up with him once in a while. Do you know how to catch up with Amitofo? Once you knock your head. How to catch up with Amitofo? 念佛. When we recite the Buddha, then we catch up with Buddha. Not physically, don't have to be physically. It's just like when you are, maybe you have a very good friend. Never met a good friend for a long time, but you keep recollecting him or her. The virtues, the qualities, the good experience and so on. Then you are like catching up. But sometimes you must be careful who you catch up with, Sometimes you catch up with good memories, sometimes you catch up with bad memories. Then sometimes you catch up with all the lousy memory. Yeah, this is our favorite. 重播, we like to 重播 those bad memories. Then what happened? Nothing to do, right? Waiting for the bus, and you 重播. Yeah, in one of the class I said this. Yeah, we would like to repeat all the bad experience. Yeah, the one time you did a presentation, and then after your amazing presentation, then one of your colleagues pointed out, I don't think it's going to work, Wow, then you are so stunned, you don't know what to say. Yeah, have you encountered this before? You present something, and then maybe your boss, maybe your colleague just shoot it down. Pa, 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 pa. You're so stunned. You thought that it's perfect, Yeah. Then after that, after a week, every day, when you are free, what do? Play. I don't think it's going to work, Rewind. I don't think it's going to work, I keep repeating it. Nothing to do, then repeat. Yeah. So, if we keep on catching up with our bad memory, bad encounter, then what does it do to us? What does it do to us? It's like when sometimes your friends ask you to catch up, right? Do you have friends that you don't want to catch up? Have, right? Yeah. But sometimes the friends you don't want to catch up always want to catch up with everyone, Yeah. The friends you want to catch up, they don't want to catch up with you. They are very busy. Yeah. To those friends that you want to catch up, are you okay? Can someone offer her a sweet or a drink? The lady, give her already, drown her with some water. Yeah, are you okay? Wow, cough until quite jialat, Yeah, you're catching up with a cold, or cough. Don't worry, no trouble, drink water. 有没有喝？有，但是有没有吃？有没有？有，有没有？要喝嘞？有没有喝水？有啊，赶快喝，我要看你喝。你不要整天说有，然后不要喝。来，我陪你一起喝我们喝水。来，干杯，喝水。 不要客气。Yeah, so don't catch up with your bad friend. Catch up with your good friend. So this is the first meaning of the 外处, 外住. So 第二，异熟住，异差异的异，生熟的熟，这个俗家的俗，就是不同于在家人的住处。使佛不住于在家人处所，而是住在寺院。Yeah, but of course, in the Buddha's time, here when we talk about 寺院, the Buddha don't always stay in monastery. Many times he just stay at the foot of the tree, in an empty spot. You know, he just stay anywhere. There are instances where the Buddha actually stay at lay people's house. In the sutta, it recorded. For example, the very famous Potter's Shed Sutta, yeah, where he passed by a village and then he was offered, it was a potter's house, yeah. So the lay family, the person is a potter. You know what is a potter? They make pots, yeah, not the carry things potter, the one who make ceramic clay things. So the Buddha was offered shelter for the night, so he stayed at the shed. And then there was a very interesting conversation with this other ascetic who was staying there, who turned out to be his disciple, although that ascetic never see the Buddha before. Yeah, so, but that's another sutra. So, 第三，威仪住. So, first one is the world. Then the second one is physically where he stay. Third one is physically what does he abide in terms of the outer appearance. Yeah, 行住坐卧. Yeah, 四威仪. So like right now, if I were to just take a snapshot, most of you are sitting, yeah, cross-legged, but not all cross in the same way. No, don't adjust yourself. It's okay. I'm not picky about this kind of things. Actually, Buddha also not picky. I think if you go back to the Buddha's time, I don't think all of them sit cross-legged like that. You know, when you see the painting, right? Buddha sitting there, then giving teachings, and all of them sit all perfectly like that. I don't think so, you know. Yeah, I don't think all of them perfectly, then angle the same, hey, you off a bit, adjust. Yeah, not every moment is photo op. Yeah, so similar to, you know, in present day, sometimes if you want to take a group photo, then everybody pose. Like that. But in the Buddha's time, I don't think they are like that. Because not all of them are Buddha's disciples. Yeah, some of them go and quack here. Yeah, because sometimes, you know, some other schools, they go and challenge the Buddha, then the rest, So, by having said that, then in terms of the physical body, what is the posture we are abiding in? Yeah. As we sit, do we know that we are sitting and that's all that is happening? When we are standing, do we know that we are standing and that is all that is happening? Yeah. When we are walking, do we know that we are walking and that is all that is happening? When we are lying down, do we know that is lying down? Yeah, and that is all that is happening. If ever you have to wait for somebody or wait for a train and you start to feel impatient, it's because we have added more meaning to the sitting or standing than there is. Yeah. We give it more meaning already. Yeah, our further discrimination. Otherwise, standing is just standing up. First minute and second minute is still standing up. Yeah. And many times, whether the person is 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late, or even 5 minutes early, we may, you know, off the cuff think that, oh no, Sifu, I have a standard, like that. But many times that standard is no standard one. It depends also on who that person is. If you're going to see a doctor with your toothache, you see a dentist, the dentist asks you to wait for 5 minutes. Do you say, I don't want to wait? Huh? Do you say, I don't want to wait, you must see me now? You will wait, right? You have to wait, If let's say you arrive, 15 minutes beforehand, and the dentist is still not available, is it okay? But many times, depending on the state of your mind, even with the same person, if maybe you're having a bad day, the person maybe just 1 minute late, why are you so late? But if you're in a good mood, everything going well, maybe let's say you just got promoted, Sifu promoted Zhou Bing to be, I don't know what to give you, the chief 总务, then feels very important, very powerful. Then after that, your friend is very late, then you feel okay, no problem. But if let's say Sifu then demote you, not chief 总务, become 总务. Actually no difference, I don't know what's the difference. But we are easily affected by this kind of things, we are affected. Or let's say at work, today you go to work happily, then at the end of the day you receive your review, and your review you get a 3 instead of a 2, 1 being the best. Then suddenly your day not so good, but it's the same work that you are doing, there's no difference in the work. Do you want to take the leave? There's a stairs. 坐電梯嘛，阿伯。電梯免費嘅。輕鬆正手，行正手，轉彎，老伯 style。來，愛個 toilet 嚇，toilet style，style 坐電梯咯，真緊嘅，免等嘅，等淡薄啦，幾啊秒。OK 啦，幫住嚇，還是大嘅。Okay, too much detail. Okay. So, so that's external. Then there's internal. So 内住指心在什么地方？So as I mentioned earlier, So external, and then there's internal. So externally, maybe we all look different, and we are in different posture. But internally, are we all at the same place on the Dhamma? So that's why Sifu don't really. I'm not so particular about how you sit like that. Important thing is your mind. But for some people, the external and internal are both not here. Then I will, hello, David told me, like, the mind already in the toilet, no. You don't let him go toilet, later he will just bring the toilet here. So, internal. Okay, 第一天住. So here there are two meanings. So 施戒善心是欲界天住，这是升天的因。So internal abiding, heavenly abiding. So there are four also. I think there are four also. So first one is heavenly abiding. Heavenly abiding doesn't mean that you are directly in heaven. But the first one is your mind is abiding in wholesomeness. What kind of wholesomeness? 施戒善心. So the first one is 施 giving, and then second one is morality, precepts. Yeah. So these two are considered 善心, wholesome, wholesomeness, wholesome mental states. So if you abide in this 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, very frequently, then we are cultivating a new kind of mental habits, and this leads to heavenly rebirth. So 是升天的因. Yeah. So some explanation. Yeah. So why is it that some beings are born in this state or that state? Depends on the quality of the mind, the internal abiding, not external abiding. But our external behavior is driven by our internal world. So if our internal world is always anger, unhappy, then next life may be Asura. Yeah. If our mind internally is always thinking about sleeping, I want to sleep, wake up, I don't want to wake up, I want to sleep, of course sometimes we are tired, we need to sleep. But sometimes we have enough sleep, not that we don't have enough sleep. Every day sleep 9 hours, not enough, I want to sleep 12 hours. If I can sleep 14 hours, even better. Yeah. Then, jialat. Our mind is tending towards that slothful state. Yeah. Don't want to think so much. Then what happens? Without enough of the thinking and wakefulness, then if you have wrong views, possible in the sutta it says reborn in the animal realm. You don't want to think, want to sleep, go long. In Buddhism, the different states are the result. The different rebirth is the result. Who decide? Not Buddha, not Guan Yin Pusa, not some god also. In Buddhism, we say it's decided by who? By ourselves. The kind of mental state we develop over time. You're okay? Your earpiece okay? Your earpiece okay? Huh?
I have to take up for a while.
Okay.
So I won't be able to hear you.
Then you must read my not moving lip.
Yeah, I'll try, but I think I'm in pain. Because
Where are you having pain?
No, because the ear aches actually amplifies a lot of sounds inside my ear. So anything that is above certain frequency about the pitch, it will cause pain to my ear. So yeah, I think connect to all my ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Actually, what happened was that my ear nerve actually damaged. So certain times it can. So when the loud noise that comes into the hearing aids that amplifies, so it causes very loud noise.
Then that day you also say that when people scold you also can hear.
Because I can't hear, so I'm trained to read at the same time. So a lot of time I can hear noises, but I can't make out what you are saying until I face you to read your lip.
Okay.
And most of the people here, especially the Asians, they don't move their lips as much as those from other countries. They actually mumble.
No, I don't mumble.
The teeth only move. So I think that was why I have some difficulty. And sometimes the words, like especially when you speak in Chinese, there's different dialects. So for me to understand
you
that,
can't read that from the mouth. Some of these ventriloquists, 如果我这样讲话的话，你基本上不知道我要讲什么。
I see your teeth moving already.
Yeah. Okay. Rest. No problem.
Sorry, super. I'm trying to distract.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. 加油. So then, then there's also the 色界天, then also 色界天是天住. So 4 of the external abiding, then internal abiding. Then the first one is heavenly abiding, split into the first one, central heavenly realm. Second one is the form and the formless one. So formless would be not simply having kindness, but the mind is tranquil, mind is focused and attentive, non-distracted, non-discursive, and non-drowsy. It's focused, it's concentrated. If you can abide in that internally, then birth in the heavenly realm also, but in the higher heavenly states. So first one is 天住, then next one is 梵住. 梵住. So this 梵, so we have 天住, then 梵住. 梵. So this fan is actually the 大梵天 的梵. So this is actually referring to the Brahma. But it's not that we want to go and worship Brahma, but here it's actually talking about purity. The word Brahma originally means purity. Purity. So 圣人的内心是住在什么地方？住在空无相无愿三三昧。So that's 圣住。So 梵住，比如说梵天王。他也是天人，但在禅定之外还有慈悲喜舍的功德。梵天王是特别慈善博爱的，天住梵住都是凡夫境界。So this 梵住, I think some of you may be more familiar in terms of the English or Pali term, the Brahma Vihara. Brahma Vihara. So the 4 immeasurables, 慈悲喜舍. Are you familiar? Yeah. Loving kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity. 4 abiding. So these are mental qualities. So similarly, we can be physically on earth, we can be physically at work, but our mind doesn't have to be in the dog-eat-dog mentality. You understand? Yeah. Sometimes students tell me, "Wow, 师父, you don't have to go to work, ma." Okay, students usually don't say that to me, but I think students want to say that to me. Yeah. Some students say, "No, 师父, not easy to apply Dhamma in Buddhism." Yeah, like this, like that, like this, like that. Yeah. So it depends. Physically, we can be at work. We can be in the office, but mentally, our mindset doesn't have to be the same as people in the office. Some people say, "But 师父, at work, very political." Well, I have worked in places which I think most people will think that is very political. Yeah? But it's up to us. Do you want to go and allow your mind to become political or not? Do you want to do that? We sometimes think that we have no choice. We must be like that to conform to so that we can survive. But does it mean that everybody who don't do that don't survive? I don't think so. Yeah. Personally, when I was at work last time, I don't go and do politics. Not the country politics, but office politics. I don't do that also. Yeah. Whoever come to me, ask me for help, I'll help them. It doesn't matter. I don't go and think, "Oh, this guy asked me for help, but this guy's boss, is that guy's boss okay with my boss? How about with the MD? Okay, now how about with the financial control, CFO, chief financial officer? Oh, but is this guy? Ayo, office politics, right? Like that, right? Sometimes, but." 师父, are you saying that such things don't exist? No, I know it exists. What I'm saying is, Does it exist for you? It doesn't mean we should be blind to it. Yeah. But knowing that it exists doesn't mean that you must go and play the game together. People want to play chess with you, don't play chess. You win. Yeah. You can go into the basketball court and meditate also, ma. Yeah. Doesn't mean you go in basketball court must snatch for the ball and then go into the basket, ma. Correct or not? Why must you play the game? Don't have to. You don't play the game, then one day you become like me, become a monk. No, but that was my choice. I don't think that, oh, Sifu, you fun that, you cannot fun, then become a monk. No, it's not like that also. Yeah, I fun that quite good. So, 凡住 and then 圣住. So, 圣人的圣. Let me just finish up this part, then we wrap up for today. 圣住. So, the early two belongs to the unenlightened state. Yeah, the even before that is even more unenlightened. This last two, heavenly state, slightly beyond the mundane world, but still unenlightened. Now, number 3 is enlightened. Enlightened state. Lagi higher. To me, it's not so much the standard higher, but higher level of freedom. Higher level of freedom from stress. Yeah. We always think, wow, cultivation, wow, high standard, very hard. Don't think in terms of that. Think about the benefit. High level of stress-free life. But you must try it, then you know how stress-free it is. You must try. Yeah. For unenlightened beings, although we are physically in a certain place, but we are always discriminating. Whatever we see, discriminate. We don't see, we also discriminate. Whatever happened in the past, we also discriminate. In the future, also discriminate. Happen, also discriminate. Not happen, also discriminate. Yeah. With this, 心中有烦恼，什么都有问题啊。Yeah. If there's defilement in our mind, then anything also wrong. Yeah. So, enlightened beings, they don't abide in have or don't have, good or bad, all this duality. Enlightened beings don't stay on this. Doesn't mean that enlightened beings don't know all these things. They know even better than us, because they are not attached to them, so they see even clearer. Yeah. Where do they abide in? 空无愿无厌, 空无相无愿. Yeah, so abide in emptiness, abide in the non-sign, and also the non-craving, the non-aspiring. Yeah. So doesn't abide in the eye, ears, nose, tongue, body, and the mind. Yeah. For us, we abide in all this. Yeah. Whatever our eyes see, whatever our ears hear, whatever we smell, we taste, we touch, we get affected. So enlightened beings, they abide in the underlying principle, that unifies all things. Yeah. So abiding in that, then the mind is calm, not affected by the subtle, the temporal changes. Doesn't mean that the changes are not there. If I throw this phone at you, what will happen? 2 persons will be upset. The person who owned the phone and you. Yeah. That doesn't mean that your baluku is not real. But do we abide in this? If let's say Sifu really throw at you, how? Throw already, then how? Yeah. Will you get upset? Chopin, will you get upset? Will you get upset if I throw this at Jason? Versus throwing at you? Which one are you more upset? Both are more upset.
Both are upset.
Both are upset. Which one is more upset? Yeah. Hard to answer. Hard to answer. Okay. So, number 4, 佛住. Yeah. So there's the different states of unenlightened beings. Then there's the enlightened state, and then there's even the ultimate Buddha abiding. Yeah. 佛也是空无相无愿. Yeah. The Buddha also abide in the emptiness, abide in the non-feature of things. We abide in the feature. We grasp onto the feature. Wow, this one like that one like that, this one like that. We grasp onto all this. But the underlying principle has no feature. Yeah. We don't go and look at that. We look at the external facade. And then our mind gets all rolled up. Yeah. So we are trying to learn to become like the Buddha. Yeah. So 佛的心是无所住。现在说佛在舍卫国。So 佛住在舍卫国是有所住了。这是不是有点这个冲突呢？Yeah. So what is the meaning? So while the Buddha is at Savatthi, yeah, he's physically there. But unlike the unenlightened beings there, his mind is abiding in emptiness, in the unconditioned phenomena. Yeah. So his mind, although he's in Savatthi, he go in for alms round, his mind is unwavering. Maybe when he go for alms round and then he get curry bihun, maybe he get the curry bihun is a bit chao ta. But the mind don't go and don't chew on the curry bihun chao ta. Yeah. So the mind is still calm and stable. Yeah. Do you always get what you want? Not always. Yeah. Can you be at ease, at peace when you don't get what you want? Not so easy. If you get what you want, are you happy? Say yes. If you don't get what you want, are you unhappy? Say yes. Yes, of course. Yeah, maybe not so unhappy, but a bit unhappy. Yeah. But can you still be okay, even when things don't go your way? If you can, then you are more at peace. Then your peace is not so easily disturbed. If your peace depends on A, then your peace has a condition, A. It can only happen when A happens. It means that if A don't happen, you don't have peace. You're at the mercy of A. If your peace depends on A and B, then you are at the mercy of A and B. If any of them go wrong, you lose your peace. If your happiness depends on A, B, and C, then you have a higher chance of unhappiness. Because any of them go wrong, we lose our peace of mind. So, Buddha was at Savatthi. We are at Buddhist library. But where is our mind? See you in 2 weeks' time. Yeah. So tomorrow onwards, there will be a 1 week retreat. Feel free to join us. You do need to register so that the volunteers can make arrangements for the logistic. If you choose to join us, please register on the website. Look for Zoping. Zoping, raise your hand. So like that, don't like that. Big your hand, like that. Then wave a hand. People can see you like that. Then far away, back way cannot see. No. So if you want to join us, look for him. Next week on Sunday, is there SGC? Not really. So if you want to join us, you can go to join us during the retreat, and then we can meditate together and reflect together. Okay? If I don't see you next week, I'll see you the following week. All right? 愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。阿弥陀佛，起立。